Back on the boat this morning, so just having a quick chat with Richard. We've already got our trim piece here that we've already cut and rebaited. So what we're going to do now is carry that frame on around here and across the side here. That just means then if Richard does that, he's going to cut all those and rebait them, and then what I can do is while he's doing that, I'll be cutting the rest of the ceiling framing to go in here.
Yeah. That all drops on your head. But then, stainless screws in it.
So Richard has now cut all of these pieces that go around this sort of upper perimeter, fiddly work, rebaited, chamfered on the tops. They're really difficult to make these fit properly, but he's managed to do that and they fit now really nicely. So what we're going to do is take those down, just put some polyester on the back, and then we can bond these into place. Richard's just been cutting this piece of wood here, so he's used the template as obviously as a guide, and then cut this out of some lightweight poplar plywood, and he's very carefully routed the back of this out, and it looks absolutely beautiful. Needs a bit of sanding, however it's the wrong way around. It took you an hour.
Yeah, no, it took me half an hour. I had to make the template,
You know, give the guy a break.
So we're going for version 2 now.
Version 2 is the right way round. Bit of practice with the old palm router.
So we've just brought the framework that we've built in the boat down into the workshop, and temporarily we used just normal screws. So what we'll do is we'll pull these normal screws out, we will use some polyurethane wood glue, glue this all together, and then we'll put proper stainless steel screws in to hold this all together. Okay, so we've now got our framing over the sofa. So we actually changed the design here slightly. So I think originally this frame here ran through, but we've changed it because we'd realised actually that the windscreen wiper needed more depth in this area here. We needed it probably around 120 millimeters would be safe, with plenty of clearance at the bottom, and we got about 90. So we've added some extra thickness here, so probably about 40 millimeters. So that gives us the extra depth for the windscreen wiper. And of course there's a sofa here, so it doesn't affect headroom. Headroom is still good anyway, and it actually is equivalent to the original boat. It's just that our ceiling is slightly higher. We've actually got 40 mil more headroom here than the original boat, which is why we then needed to add this piece on just to accommodate that windscreen wiper motor. We've got the vertical pieces up here, so we can glass these all up onto the deck. This is already really nice and strong, but once this is glassed in place, we'll be able to then fix the cupboards over here as well. So we've thickened out this back rail, which means we'll just be able to screw up our cabinetry into this, and that will be nice and strong, braced between the two bulkheads. So what we're going to do now is take this down, and we're going to coat all of the back in resin. given this a coat of resin on the underside, so that will make that hopefully now nice and water resistant. We haven't coated this side, so we're going to paint this now with a black outdoor paint, and we've also got these holes here which we've just drilled through. So these are for the fast mount system that we'll be using to mount the ceiling pads, and we've drilled those both from the underside and from the top side, just so we didn't burst through and splinter it on the back side and look a mess. So that's nice and neat. So what we'll do is give this a coat of black paint now, roller it on, and then we'll be able to put the fast mounts into those holes. Okay, so this frame now has had 2 coats of the black outdoor weatherproof paint. We've also coated all of these pieces at the back as well. So we're going to do another batch now. We'll move these back into the boat. We've also just installed these fast mount sockets. So these have a socket on the ceiling and then a clip that goes on the back of the ceiling pad or wall pad, whatever it is you're using. And these have 5 kilos of holding force. So you can imagine you times that across what, 8, 9 clips. That's plenty of holding force. And also they do a black version of this, which I believe gives you 10 kilo holding force. So more than enough for a ceiling pad. So what we'll do now is we'll reinstall this into the boat. Reference the fast mount clips, actually. We have done a separate video on how these work, so I'll leave a link in the description. So yeah, let's get this back into the boat. So that frame's now in place, not bonded it into place yet, but it's screwed into position. Obviously we will be painting this up here black as well, so that'll all tie in nicely. So what we're doing now is just trying to work out where all the other fast mounts need to go on the ceiling frame. So we'll have a row of fast mounts here, and then a couple probably across this bit here to take that ceiling pad. And then Richard's just over in the galley, and same deal here as well. So we've got fast mounts down either side. We will also be routering this edge out here so we can glass onto it as well, just to add a little bit of strength. And then we've also got an LED strip that goes in the middle here that sits between the 2 pads. So we'll have a row of fast mounts on either side of that strip as well. And then the other thing we need to just consider is the spacing of the fast mount. So fast mount recommend 250 to 300 millimeters. So we just need to measure this and then equally space them along all of the edges. Okay, that's going to be a wrap for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one.